I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
I want to get to Kyrie Irving in 1 second, but I want to make a bigger point that I think a lot of people have missed that is worth our attention and time. So, over the last several days, I've heard a lot of people come out and speak against Kyrie Irving, right? Which they should. I get it. On the lack of due diligence. I watched the entire film. I watched the entire thing. There's a lot of things in the film I disagree with. The curiosity nature of it is interesting. But I will say this. Where is that same attention and energy for the platform that is promoting it and profiting off of it? I don't hear any of that talk around Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I don't hear anybody talking about that. I hear everybody skewing their anger towards Kyrie for taking a picture of it and tweeting about it. Now, there deserves to be more context there from Kyrie. I think where Kyrie lost a lot of people is the unwillingness to go to the podium and expound upon the points that he learned from watching this. Right? And actually coming out and saying, I don't stand about calling Jewish people the devil. And there was a lot of misinformation, but this is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
One thing. It is irresponsible, even if you have curiosity, it is irresponsible to amplify messages from Hitler ever on any, on any, and that's not, I just want to make that clear. And you didn't allude to that, but ever, under any circumstance.
Yes, so why is it on a major platform? Why is the major platform amplifying it? Kyrie amplified it, the 14.7 million. I understand. I think that's a great point. But the platform is profiting and promoting it to billions of people. If that is, so the anti-Semitism, if that is a thing, and I've called a lot of my Jewish friends, we have talked about this. I get it, Kyrie Irving deserves a lot of heat. Then put heat towards something where it deserves it too. And that's on the platform. And I feel like that whole thing is being missed here as everybody, like, and I get that Kanye tagged onto it. It's a bigger conversation.
You're right, but that doesn't also excuse.
It doesn't excuse it. I'm not saying it does.
Kyrie, and I want to get to the Nets. And does it excuse the Nets from not punishing him in any way? And Stephen A., I want you to get in here on the Nets' handling of Kyrie.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, Jay, you're not wrong, but how many times have I had to lecture you, my brother, on the fact that it's not about you being wrong, because you're not wrong, but accept reality for what it is. I remember when the hip-hop industry was religiously excoriated for their lyrics, but we didn't pay any attention to the companies hiring them and pushing artists to do the things that they did as it pertained to the lyrics they spewed and what have you. We didn't pay nearly as much attention to the record companies as much as attention as we paid to the artist. That's a long-held argument that no one can deny, yet no one really cares about. At the end of the day, Jeff Bezos is worth billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, and we know that, okay? We know how much money he's worth. You know that you could sit up there and compromise his bottom line if, you call out Amazon for putting it on their platform, blah, 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 right? We know that. But at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving is the superstar athlete who decided to do what he did in terms of promoting and pushing it. He says he didn't promote, but when you put it on your platform, and you're talking about, it was the truth, well, then evidently that's how you feel and you were promoting it. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth there.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Stay Locked In podcast. If you somehow stumbled upon this video, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button down below for more content. I got a crazy goal of about 10,000 subscribers. If you can help me manifest my goal into reality, I would really appreciate it. With that being said, let's get right into this video. Let's go ahead and lock the in. All right. So boom. All right, let's get right into this video. Here we go again with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving officially has issued an apology via Instagram. And for one, I am just truly disappointed, man. It's a sad day that this man has to apologize for making a post on an Instagram story without a caption. Let that sink in for a minute. If you want to know what true power looks like, look at what's going on with Kyrie Irving and Ye. That's the definition of true power. This man is being blackballed. He's being bullied into apologizing for posting a film that he was watching. He didn't endorse it. He didn't promote it. He posted a link. Hey, I'm checking out this movie. And they are blasting this man every chance they get. Every 5 hours, there's another video on Kyrie Irving. Nobody has any smoke whatsoever for Amazon. Jeff Bezos. We seen it in the clip just now where they just glossed over it when Jay Will brought it up. And shout out to Jay Will for being a voice of reason. And speaking his mind, being himself, being able to think for himself and not just going along with this narrative that they're trying to put out there and force down your damn throat. And you're seeing how they try to cut him off and switch the subject. And they just glossed over the fact, yeah, he's a multi-billionaire. So what? They literally said we don't even care about that. You going after the small guy when they know that this company and this person, Jeff Bezos, is going to defend themselves. There has to be some type of scapegoat. They just glossed over the fact. Oh, he's in business. Does that mean he's void of responsibility and accountability? All I'm saying is keep the same energy. If you're going to hold Kyrie Irving to a standard, then hold the people who posted it and stand by it and are benefiting and profit off of it as well. Hold everybody accountable. If that's the case. But no, nobody has said a damn word. It's everything about Kyrie Irving. It's ridiculous, man. And, you know, this is what power looks like. This is what on code being looks like. You know, I'm going to bring it even deeper than that. This is deeper than Kyrie Irving. There's something called buck breaking. This is when they would publicly humiliate a slave in front of all the other slaves just to make a point so that no other slave acts this way. This is modern day buck breaking. They are trying to financially cripple this man until he issues an apology, which he did. Unfortunately, instead of standing his ground. And you know what? I completely understand Kyrie. Kyrie is under a lot of pressure. I can almost sympathize with him. You know, he went through this whole with the jab, the shot thing last year, and you know, he probably felt like he let his teammates down, but he was standing for something. And now here we go again, and they're trying to box him in to go against his own morals, values, and thoughts. And he probably is just tired of it, and he probably wants to be a good teammate, and he wants to play ball. But this is ridiculous, man. I'm just, this is so disappointing, and I just think it's a sad day and a time that we live in where you can't even post a link. I seen they brought a rabbi up to ESPN. Really? Please, somebody please tell me what Kyrie said or did that was so quote unquote anti-Semitic. Please, somebody please break it down to me. I seen that they said that it was untruths in the documentary. Who's to say what is true and what's not? And what I can believe in and what I can't? They are now policing your beliefs. And if there's untruths, prove that man to be wrong. Prove the untruths to be wrong. Prove it. Why is it so dangerous to bring up history and quote unquote untruths? Nobody's threatened violence against any people or anybody for that matter. Why is it so dangerous? We've seen Draymond Green punch a man in the face and not get suspended. Kyrie Irving posts a link and get suspended. Let that sink in. It's okay to punch a man in the face, but you better not think for yourself. It's crazy the times that we live in. We can literally go on the internet and watch a man bleed out and die on camera. But you can't have free thought. What is really going on? This is a much deeper conversation than just Kyrie Irving. Did we see a public apology from Donald Sterling? Hell no. Did we see a public apology from Robert Sarver? Hell no. Why is it a must that Kyrie Irving publicly apologizes, even though he deleted the tweet, donated $500,000 which they rejected, by the way. And Adam Silver comes out and says it's not good enough. We want you to get on your knees, boy, and beg and plead and publicly humiliate, embarrass, and apologize to somebody because somebody else's feelings was hurt about some untruths. I encourage everybody to go out there and just watch that documentary. Judge it for yourself. Don't just go along with what the media is telling you and force feeding you. And it's okay to have a conversation and disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. But to silence a man and to police somebody's thoughts and suspend them, stop his livelihood, his form of pay, is utterly ridiculous and disgusting. That's my take on it. Anybody that also disagrees with this take, I would love to have a conversation with you. I would love to understand what is so anti-Semitic about what Kyrie Irving did and posted. And if so, please prove it to be wrong. Please. And anybody else, feel free to get in the comment section if you agree or disagree. Shout out to everybody that's watching these videos, man. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody out there stays focused, stays prosperous, and stays locked in.